What is up, everyone? This is Mystic Mike with Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software. Commemorate 29 amazing guests to date. In today's episode, we will listen to past guest answers, some sound bites, and reflect on our journey to date. I hope you enjoy this and look forward to getting to know more of you. Enjoy.
On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's Starfire.
And the first clip we'll listen to is from the very first episode we did with E-Dog M. We'll start with the opening question I usually open with because we learned a lot about carnitas and mission style burritos, I believe it was. Let's give a listen here real quick. First, here's a nice little soundbite from E-Dog, and then we'll get right into the clip.
Yo, what's up, everyone? This is E-Dog M with Mystic Mike Live, and we're chilling in the doghouse for Behind the BS.
So the first one is basically, what is your favorite go-to order at your favorite local restaurant that you and your family eat out at?
Restaurant. I love Mexican food.
Oh yeah,
it's probably one of my favorites. Second to maybe, or Italian and Mexican are two of my favorites. But I usually like to go to the local Mexican restaurant. I do like Taco Bell, but the actual Mexican restaurants, and I always order the burrito or the super burrito or the mission style burrito. And I like the carnitas, which is pork meat that they grill on the flat top to make it crunchy. Then they put it inside a burrito. And then, they put the cheese, sour cream, the guacamole, the rice and beans and lettuce and tomatoes. And that's a mission style burrito. So it's my favorite.
Oh, and that's a mission style burrito? I was just going to ask you what that was. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, the reason why it's called mission style is because typically most burritos places, like if you go Southern California, they typically just put like meat and maybe cheese.
Yeah.
But in Northern California, specifically Mission Street, there's lots of taquerias there that like to put the stuff inside, like all the things inside to, just give it just a better experience. So that's what we call mission style burritos.
And that's only available in San Francisco? They'll be not in LA?
Typically, that's the main area, the San Francisco Bay Area. It's spread out a bit, but SoCal, they're still kind of locked in on their style. So you won't see that very much in Southern California.
Oh, we'll have to make another trip down and hit the San Francisco.
Yeah, there you go. Hit the Mission Street.
Exactly. So that was a clip from E-Dog where we learned about burritos, the carnitas. I know I pronounced that wrong. Sorry, it was a taqueria. I definitely butchered that. Up next, we're going to listen to a clip from Azariah, Azariah. I think I said it right that time. Azariah, if I said it wrong, please let me know. But yeah, we're going to listen to a little clip from him where he dropped some big news on us with everyone as well, the first time sharing it publicly. So give a quick listen to that. But first, here's a nice little soundbite from Azariah.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Azariah, the realest stream on Mixer, and I'm here with Mystic Mike Live on Behind the BS. Let's get it popping. We were excited because we found out that we were pregnant.
Oh, nice.
Last week, Wednesday, was my birthday. And last year, on my birthday, I was spending the closing hours in an emergency room with my wife because she was miscarried.
Sorry to hear that, man.
That shit hurt.
I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't tell anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I didn't put it out into the Mixer community because I didn't want people to feel sorry for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Well, you had to deal with it in your own time as well, too.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah. And I had posted it on the social medias and stuff like that. And sometime after, I was on stream and I was getting, our communities, people from our community, like, hey, congratulations. Like, shit, like, you're late. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I hadn't informed anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the real behind the BS, what we go through.
Yep,
you don't see that on stream. I didn't show any of that on stream.
No.
Because I didn't want that, the feedback of, hey, Azariah, you okay? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people still don't. And like I said, my birthday was last week, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Well,
happy late birthday.
Gifts, thank you. Some gifts you I mean, you came in my stream and wished me happy birthday. So,
oh, yeah. I sang you happy birthday too, didn't I?
I think you did. Yeah, you did.
So, yeah.
But you know, some gifts, you receive them late. A couple days later, my birthday was on that Wednesday. This past Friday, she put another pregnancy test in my hand. It came out positive.
Oh, right. And that was a nice little soundbite from Azariah. My bad again. Always. Up next, we're going to listen to a nice little clip from Michelle620. It's mixer.com/Michelle620, where she drops down what she would have told herself when she first started streaming. But first, let's listen to a nice little soundbite from Michelle.
Hey, what's popping, peeps? It's Michelle620 here. Fuck!
Oops, my bad. Wrong one. Here, let me get the right one for you.
What's popping, peeps? It's Michelle620 here and behind the BS alongside Mystic Mike Live. Let's get this going.
When you started streaming, what is something you wish you would have known when you started that you know now? What could you go back and tell yourself and that would help you?
Something that I would tell myself if, in the beginning, would be, just have fun. Like, don't overthink things, because that's like an issue that I have, always overthinking, like, this isn't going well, like what's going on. And like a bigger thing was like, dang, I really got to get like a cam or something. Like, I'm not going to grow if I don't have it. But time went on and it wasn't really necessary. So it's one of those things I like to either bring in or not, but you don't really need all that cool fancy stuff as long as you're having fun, talking to people. That's all that matters.
Exactly. And then you definitely look like you have fun. You sound like you have fun. You're always laughing.
Definitely. Yes.
It's awesome. And like there are partners with no cameras. There are a few. You don't see them very often, but there are. And
most definitely.
And it's like you said, you're having fun. That's what people are there for, to have fun.
Exactly.
Yep. I love it. All right. And that was Michelle620. That's mixer.com/Michelle620. Up next, we're going to listen to La Lady Panda and listen to some roadblocks that she had to overcome while streaming. Take a listen to her soundbite, and then let's have a listen to her roadblock.
Hey guys, it's La Lady Panda on Behind the BS with Mystic Mike Live. Like, you don't already know everything about me.
What are some roadblocks you ran into along the way? Like something that it almost seemed like it was going to stop you, but then how did you overcome it? Make it so it didn't stop you? And this can be in anything, in streaming or just in life in general.
Yeah, I struggle with mom guilt a lot. Even before I started streaming, even with just crocheting, I felt like I was taking up too much of my kids' precious time with me to do something other than give them all of my attention and time. Yeah. So when I started going to therapy, he was like, you spend all this, literally every waking moment, even sometimes every sleeping moment, taking care of your kids. But what do you do for yourself? And that's what got me started streaming, because I started playing games to kind of diffuse myself. And then people suggested I stream because they like my personality. So it just kind of like evolved from there. But I would feel so guilty. Like, my son went through a phase where he couldn't poo. He was really constipated. It was like going on 5 days. It was really painful for him. It was really painful for me to watch him struggle with it. And I felt so horrible. I felt like it was a reflection of the fact that I wasn't paying enough attention to him. And I literally almost quit completely. A couple of times because of mom guilt. I just felt like they needed me more than I needed to be in front of the screen. So that was really hard to overcome. But in the end, a happy mom is me being happy makes me a better mom.
Okay. And that was La Lady Panda. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Up next, we have episode 5, which was Stealthy Assassin. And we look back on something that happened into his life that changed the course of everything for him. And we wouldn't have the Stealthy we have today if it was not for it. So give a listen. What's something you failed at and how did you overcome it? And this could be anything, either in regards to streaming or in regards to anything in life in general, depending how much you want to open up.
This is a tough one, because it's not, the answer I'm giving isn't properly like a fail. It's more something that happened that ended up changing the direction of my life. But when I was younger, I used to play football or soccer to you guys over in the US. Used to play football. Got a nasty tackle in a trial match for Leeds United.
Ooh.
It wasn't an actual trial match for them. It was where we were being scouted.
Oh, cool.
Got injured, tackled from behind, did both my ACLs in.
Oh.
So obviously bedridden for ages. Never managed to make it back to playing. The scout who was there actually came to see me in hospital and told me if it weren't for that injury, I would have had a proper trial with Leeds United at the time. And this was back when they were like a proper big Premiership team and everything.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, going from that, obviously that was just heartbreaking. Not being able to come back, didn't know what I wanted to do with my life at the time then. So life took like a downward spiral a bit.
Okay, and that was Stealthy Assassin, episode 5. Up next, French Fry, 9727, tells us how she gets by on a 4-hour stream suffering from chronic illnesses. The response or the answer may surprise you, or maybe not if you know Fry like we do. With a chronic illness, how do you manage your energy levels before and during a stream?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Not gonna lie.
Coffee and cigarettes.
Legit coffee and cigarettes.
Yeah.
I literally function on coffee and cigarettes. I really do. And food. I live for food. I'll eat 5 meals a day and snack in between my meals.
And eat a pizza on stream.
Oh,
an entire pizza.
Dude, I survived on pizza for 2 months before my surgery, every single day.
I remember that, yes.
Pizza.
You actually lost a lot of weight, didn't you?
Stomach. Yeah, I put on 21 pounds.
Oh, you put on 21 pounds? Oh, I thought you lost.
21 pounds, but then after my surgery, because I was able to get up and go again and actually not be in pain, I lost it all.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. I can eat all the pizza I want as long as I'm moving. That was kind of the logic I got out of it.
Because I know I can't.
Yeah.
Moving or not, I can't eat all the pizza I want.
But dude, when I was so sick with my ovary and stuff, I was gaining weight like a motherfucker. It was crazy because I just couldn't move. I couldn't stand up with the pain. It was so bad. At one point,
I remember that. Yeah,
I was just sitting on the couch all the time eating because there was nothing else I could do. Even 2 days after my surgery, I did nothing but make a list of all the takeout I wanted to eat while I was recovering. That was my life after surgery. But to get back to the question, it's literally coffee. Yeah. I'll drink one right before the stream when I'm setting up. And then an hour into the stream, I'll take a BRB and make another coffee.
All right. And that was French Fry, 9727. Next, we get real with Funny Matters, where we talk about how support should work and how you can make it on your own by being true to yourself. Give a listen to what Funny has to say.
What up, Mang dudes and lady Mangs? This is Funny Matters, and you're listening to Behind the BS with Mystic Mike.
If you could tell your former self one thing when you started streaming right now, what would it be? I think you touched base on a lot of it too, just in the last 2 questions as well.
Yeah, because there's so much that I want to say to myself. Let me try to think of something. Because I did talk a lot about this, but I want to say that you can do it by yourself. Yep. You can do it by yourself. You don't want to do it by yourself.
No.
But if somebody has to, if we as people, whether we acknowledge it or not, and I'm going to speak as people because a lot of people out there have lost willpower to try or have lost confidence. And I know you've seen it with some of the people that we've met and have come and gone, that they try to support people, hoping that person is going to jump into that channel. And they can't realize that especially when you're mingling in Mixer and networking, you're meeting so many people. It's impossible to focus and be someone's personal biggest fan because you love everybody.
Yeah, you got to spread it.
Don't try to just go out and support people thinking that you need a whole group of people to come and watch you. And don't think that you need a viewer even watching you. As long as you keep doing it, you're going to build the strength and the mindset you need to keep going, regardless if anybody's watching it or not. Because if you are a streamer, you got, for most streamers, this isn't there's IRL streamers, there's makeup artists, there's other things, but for the most part, where streaming comes from is a gaming community. So if you are the type of streamer that I'm talking about, at heart, you are a gamer and you're going to be gaming regardless if anybody's watching you or not. So Don't try to change up your personality. Don't try to do anything like that. Keep doing it and wait for that person who's going to be that viewer who sits in that channel and just appreciates you for you, because in the long run, when you build a community that just is watching you because they like who you are and you didn't have to change up, you're going to live a much less stressful life.
Okay, and that was Funny Matters. Up next, we get a little insight on a little bit of back history on LSB, Lost Soul Brand. Give a listen. I really, really enjoyed this podcast with him. If you're not following him, definitely drop him a follow. And really, really, I recommend giving this podcast a listen. You could go back and tell your former self one thing right now. What would it be?
Why you mad, bro? Literally.
Yeah.
I grew up very inner city, Los Angeles native. Grew up without a family, jumping through foster homes, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I grew up violent. No sugarcoating that one. I ain't Betty Crocker.
Yeah.
It wasn't cool, and had a lot of violence in my life, and I was always angry about. I was always quick to say, you looked at me funny, or that type of thing. And I went through life angry, and I treated everybody around me with that same guard and that same snappiness, because when you feel like the world's attacking you, you attack back. But sometimes it's just in your head.
Yep.
And I would definitely look back at younger self, and I would probably grab myself by the shirt, just dead eye to eye. Why you mad, bro?
Okay, and that was LSB. Up next, we got Pirates Life, or as she's known now, Pirates. That's PLRATES. We get deep with her and talk anxiety and tsunamis and volcanoes. And, well, you know what? Give it a listen and find out for yourself. What is a roadblock you've come across, and how did you overcome it? And this can either be within the streaming aspect or even within your personal life, depending how much you want to open up.
A roadblock, and how did I overcome it? That sounds a toughie. Like, honestly, my life has had many roadblocks.
Yes.
Gosh, we're getting deep. Okay.
Yeah, we are. We're getting behind the BS.
I know. I got to think about this one. How did I overcome it? Okay, so I struggle a lot with anxiety. And I have really high anxiety when it comes to being out in public for some reason now. Yeah. And also natural disasters. And what's interesting enough is I've been through plenty of earthquakes and stuff being in California. But the biggest thing is volcanoes and tsunamis, because I lived through the tsunami watch in 2011 when I lived in Hawaii. Cool. So I literally just moved to the island, and the unfortunate earthquake happened in Japan. Yep. And I was by myself, and all of a sudden I heard this commotion outside. I didn't know what was happening. Then all of a sudden these sirens were going off, and I called my mom and dad, and I was freaking out. I was like, I don't know what's going on. These sirens are going off. People are throwing clothes in their trunks. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. They're like, have you watched the news? I was like, no, I don't watch the news. I just moved here. I don't have cable or anything. And they're like, there was a huge earthquake and Hawaii's on a tsunami warning. I was like, okay, that explains the sirens. They're like, so you need to get to high ground. My apartment faced Japan. So the tsunami would have hit where I was because my apartment was literally on the beach. Like, I could watch the ocean waves and the whales jumping and all. Like, that's how close I was to the ocean.
Okay, and that was Pirates Life, or as I should say, Pirates. Next, and the last one for this segment will be Sphinxy. Now, this is a really funny one. We asked her basically the craziest thing she's ever done. Let's just say she kept it somewhat PG rated, and it involves Timbits. Now, for those of you that aren't Canadian and don't know what a Timbit is, it's basically the center part of a donut. Yes, hey, listen. What is the craziest thing you've ever done, and would you do it again?
Oh my goodness. All right. So I've got some really funny stories that are really stupid. And
I think we all do.
Yeah. I've told them before, like in a couple of chats, and it's been really interesting. Oh my God, my craziest thing I've ever done though. Oh shoot. I'm trying to this is gonna sound really bad, but I'm trying to think of a crazy story that's not sex related.
Not too much, yeah. We are on explicit, so
okay. You know what? Let me. This is probably not the craziest one, but this is a nice, tame, kind of funny one that's just Canadian related.
Oh, nice.
And so when I was younger, 18, 19, and just kind of, I was just with a pretty big group of friends that we'd all just kind of party together and just be goofy, free teenagers together. And we piled into the back of our friend's pickup truck, and you'll like this because we had Timbits. Little hooligans throwing Timbits at passing cars.
Oh. And that was Sphinxy, everyone. That concludes the first 10 episodes, basically. Little sound bites from each episode that really stood out to me and that either made me laugh or made me have goosebumps. This is the kind of content I am hoping to do with this as I look back on some of the older ones, and I can't help but have a smile on my face and a slight chuckle. My goal is to help get your backstories, the things that the people don't see on the camera, out to your community, to your fans, to your friends and family who may not know what you're doing or how you're feeling sometimes. So again, reach out. If you would like to be a guest on the show, reach out to me. DM me on Instagram or Twitter, actually, at Mystic Mike Live. Or you know what? Just shoot me an email at behindthebs@mysticmikelive.com. And I would love to get your story out there. I would love to share your community with other communities and share a deeper meaning and a deeper background with your community for you. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. This is going to be something I might do weekly now. I'll look at the next 10, which will be 11 through 20. And there's some good ones on that one, guys. I know if you've listened to these ones, we got Mossy, Zone Holo, Choppy, Raven, Low Effort, Catalate, Takani, Miss Contagious, Runaway Lobster, and the Tubbiest Virus 03. So next week, you'll possibly hear some of my favorite bits from those 10 episodes. In the meantime, go back, listen to the first 10, and heck, listen to the next 28, 29, whatever there's going to be by the time you listen to this one. Peace, love, and enjoy. And remember, this is Mystic Mike with Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. This concludes Behind the BS, Behind the Broadcasting Software with Mystic Mike. Remember to subscribe, like, and leave a comment if you enjoyed this podcast or have any tips or questions for future guests or myself. Remember to email your questions for future guests or just general questions of how you could be a part of Behind the BS. Email me at behindthebs@mysticmikelive.com. Peace and love.